Oh boy. Hey, we're back out at beautiful Destination Daytona, Bruce Rossmeyer's Harley-Davidson Destination Daytona complex here in Ormond Beach, Florida. We are closing out a few days of fantastic events and entertainment, large selection of vendors, merchandise to choose from to memorialize the moment and improve your riding experience with those things that make you happy on your motorcycle. Joining me right now, I have the distinct privilege and pleasure of sitting with Miss Mandy Rossmeyer, who made it all possible for us to come down here, and we really appreciate that. Mandy, thank you for joining me.
Sure, thank you for being here.
Tell us, I don't know if our audience is really familiar with the Rossmeyer family and its Harley-Davidson dealerships, not only here in Florida but other parts of the country. Tell us about your family, your dad. First of all, Bruce Rossmeyer, who he was and what got him involved in motorcycling and how it grew over the years. How did you get to how did you get to this point where you have this massive facility where folks are coming from around the country to enjoy this Biketoberfest and what happens here during Bike Week?
Well, the best way to describe my dad is, and everyone would agree that knew him, he was larger than life. He was a big guy with a big heart, and he was smart. He grew up in the car business. His dad and two of his uncles were car guys, and he was always a car dealer. I mean, my dad, there were times when he didn't have a job. He was a Dodge dealer when I was little, and he was a Chevy dealer. We had to move around. We went from New Jersey, where he was born, to Louisiana, back there, and somehow ended up when I was around 6 years old in Ormond Beach, in Daytona, and he had a Dodge dealership in the area. So he used to buy his motorcycles from Joe Robeson, that was the owner of Daytona Harley, for many years. I think he was like the third owner of Daytona Harley, and my dad said, hey, if you ever don't want to do this, I'd be interested. So this was back around 1993 when the motor company was requiring all dealerships to have so many square feet, to have motorcycles on the showroom floor, to sell clothes, motor clothes, and it was just a big change. Joe was an old school biker and wasn't up for the change.
Okay.
So my dad thought it was going to be a weekend job, like a weekend job. We're going to buy this Daytona Harley and we're going to have a weekend hobby for him and my mom and any of us that wanted to be involved. Well, now this is what we have. So anyway, he eventually got out of the car business. We had Daytona Harley on Beach Street, and I'm going to shorten this story, but he at one time had 13 dealerships around the country. Right now my
How many again?
13. Yeah.
It's a big number.
It is a big number, yes. He loved it. It was great. My dad never had opened a computer in his life. Just had a cell phone, and unfortunately when he passed away in 2009 was just starting to text a little bit.
Wow.
Yes, it was all in his head and a handshake, and that's how he did business. And so after my dad was unfortunately killed in a motorcycle accident July 30th of 2009, and he was in the process already of selling some of those dealerships, kind of simplifying things. But right now we have Bruce Rossmeyer's Daytona Harley-Davidson here in Ormond Beach, New Smyrna Harley-Davidson, and we have a little ARO store on Main Street where we don't sell motorcycles, just t-shirts and kind of more of a touristy kind of thing. So that's where we're taken care of here. My mom is a silent partner in Grand Junction Harley-Davidson in Grand Junction, Colorado. Yes. So that's what we have right now, and it keeps us very busy.
This is a lot.
Yes.
Just as one spot.
So this place right here, Destination Daytona, was a vision my dad had, and we opened this store in October of 2005. And then we ended up closing Daytona Harley downtown in 2014. We had a 20-year lease on that building, and it came to an end, and the business just wasn't there anymore. Everything had kind of gravitated to this store. So that's kind of how we got here, and here we are. I I work with my mom, my sister Shelly, my brother Will. I have 2 other siblings that help. They're not here every day. One lives in New York and one lives in Lakeland, Florida. So it's truly a family business. My son sells motorcycles. He's worked in every department in the store. My daughters have helped, all of our kids. It's a family business, and I feel blessed.
And the store itself it's like coming to Mecca for some strange reason. You come inside and you see all of these motorcycles. Tell us about this location. Two stores? What's going on
Absolutely. Well, my dad didn't want to waste the whole first floor in the service department, so we put the service department upstairs, which was brilliant. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
And it's 109,000 square feet. We, at one time, were the largest Harley-Davidson dealership. Now there's a larger one in Scottsdale, I think, Arizona. Largest meaning square footage. And when people would argue or say, "Are you really the largest Harley dealer?" to my dad, he's like, "Have you ever seen one bigger than me?" Because my dad was like 6'2", 350 pounds. He was like a big guy. He goes, "I am the largest Harley dealer." So it was pretty funny, but good stuff.
Yeah, motorcycling is about fun, adventure, excitement, and freedom.
Sure.
It has nothing to do with charity, but we all agree that motorcycles are good people who like to give back to the community in which they live and serve.
They sure do.
Your family has also a legacy of impacting the lives of young people through various initiatives. Tell us about that. You know, what is it? How do you leverage the collective power of the spirit of motorcycling to impact the community, and how does that help the dealership?
Well, I don't have any proof of how it helps the dealership, but
Maybe I shouldn't say how it helps the dealership.
Yeah.
The inspiration behind you moving forward with those initiatives out of what's inside you that makes you do that.
Sure. Well, so many people need help, and we can't possibly do everything. We get requests. That's part of my job, actually. We get requests every single day for somebody in need, a different charitable organization. I mean, the list goes on, and we do all that we can. Our 2 primary charities that we support all year long are Camp Boggy Creek. My dad was one of the founders of that camp. And we had our 27th annual Bruce Rossmeyer Ride for Children on October 3rd, and we raised over $300,000.
Wow.
With that ride. And in 27 years, we've made the camp over $6 million. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's a camp in Eustis, Florida, which is located about 45 minutes southwest of here in Eustis, Florida, and kids can go to camp there that are seriously ill. Kids with cancer, heart disease, epilepsy, sickle cell, kids that can't go to a normal camp. It's medically supervised. It doesn't cost the family $1. It's totally free, and it serves the whole entire state of Florida.
I met Debbie the other day with I forgot her last name, but she has the ranch. It's an A2 ranch.
Oh yeah.
She's
Debbie Ringhamer.
Yeah, beautiful personality, and
she is
seems to be a great person.
An amazing woman. Last year, she donated the Cervi car.
She told us about that.
Yeah. So somebody bought it, and then Robert White, which is a huge supporter of camp, he's like, "I'm going to give it back so we can auction it off again."
Wow.
So we made like $20,000 off of that Cervi car just for the camp.
Now I brought that up not to promote, soliciting the dealership for support, because dealers are in the business of selling motorcycles, and has nothing to do with charity, but just the fact that they make themselves available, their constituents, for the constituents to come forward and do their thing on their using their platform is a great thing. So it just speaks well of the owners of the dealerships, not only here at Destination Daytona, but around the country. So we want to thank you for that. And I want to thank you for also spending a moment of your very, very busy time to speak with me, and even more so, just to give us an opportunity to come down and meet all of these beautiful people here.
I'm glad
hear
you
their
got
testimonies.
I'm glad you got to talk to a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. So, once again, thank you. I don't want to
Thank
stop
you.
crying here, so I don't know, but I'm going to do it right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mandy Rossmeyer. Keep it locked here at worldofsoulmc.com and on our Facebook page, World of Soul Motorcycle Community. And when the opportunity presents itself, log on to our association's website. Become a advocate member. It is by means of your support that we're able to have the resources to move around the country, share the goodwill about what we're doing and ways to support it so that we can add value to our bottom line, have some fun, do some good in the name of motorcycling and the communities in which we live and serve. Thanks again for joining us, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.